Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Sports Entertainment and Extra Shit, or the C Podcast, as we like to call it. Thank y'all for being patient with us. We have some things we got going on. We're trying to bring it live next week, so we were just getting everything in order for that. So be looking out for that. We might touch on that a little bit later. But for now, man, this is our first time recording in the morning, man. Good morning, brother.
Hey, good morning, bro. How you doing, man? Great minds think alike. What you got sipping on? What's in
I got me some coffee, boy.
your cup?
Gotta have that coffee. First thing in the
I'm
morning.
not really a coffee. Yeah, I'm not really a coffee drinker, man. I got that, that green tea, herbal joint, a little bit of honey, a little bit of lemon.
Oh yeah, man. You get your voice ready, man, for the show. I feel you, boy.
Yeah. Between that, man, and it actually kind of wakes me up better than coffee. Like, to me, coffee really doesn't really work for me. Like, to be honest. But it is what it is. Top of the morning to you, though.
Yes, sir. Man, that tea seemed to calm me down, so I can't be on here too calm, because we about to get hype about something, man. I got some stuff to say, boy, about this game that happened on Sunday. But anyway, man, we're gonna start y'all off with the NFL like we normally do, man. This was a wild NFL week. We had some big wins for teams. Like Dallas had a big win, and like when I say big win, I mean they beat Atlanta by 40. Buffalo had a big win, 45-17 over the Jets, even though we know the Jets stink, but they scored 45-17 there. So that was a trouncing. That was 28 points. We had a Carolina, man. They put it on Arizona. That was surprising. 34-10. That was a 24-point win. And then Philly over Denver. Philly put up 30 on Denver. Green Bay donutted Seattle. And then the Chiefs put 41 up on Vegas, man. So we saw some big wins. We saw some big upsets. So I want to start off by talking about the big wins. Was it anything that surprised you for teams that had the big wins?
The biggest, let me think. The biggest shock to me was probably the Carolina game. The Panthers over the Cardinals. I don't know if our listeners also check out the 4-3 podcast or not. If you don't, make sure you do that. A little quick tag on them. Shout out to them. But over there on that show, man, we do, you know how we get down over there. We do our weekly picks. So
yes,
previous to the game, or previous to the roster change, I picked the Cardinals over the Panthers because the Cardinals been hot. Yeah, they, I'm saying, they took an L recently. They got some people out, but I'm like, the team that they still got a good team. You feel me? And I'm like, in the Panthers, they started off hot, but then they started taking a drop like Denver did. So I'm like, I'm not too confident with their backups and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, and they got a lot of people out too. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take the Cardinals. And then I made that pick. Then I see Cam Newton going back to Carolina. I'm like, oh man. I'm like, but is he gonna play? And then as soon as I seen the score, I'm like, yeah. So I think that was a real big win, man. Not only for the Panthers, but for Cam Newton himself. Like, and it's just crazy how like some of these athletes are just kind of getting shunned out the league, and they got so much talent and still can offer team, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's people that got a job that's nowhere near as talented as Cam Newton, man. But and still he's sitting there at home. So I mean, it was so that way. I'm gonna go with that game, man, because it was a big win for the team, and not only for the team, but a big win for Crowder's wrong, because of course, as we all know, they just let him pack up couple seasons ago, Brody, and you know what I'm saying? Like, oh no, we gonna go a different route. Now your first option, your second option, now you're like, well, Cam's still out there. Let's bring him back home. Like, you should have just kept him there. like how stupid. Like, the guy that's your first, now y'all should just brought him in as a backup and let him learn under Cam, man. But so I'm gonna have to go with like I said, the Panthers over the Cardinals is probably the maybe not the biggest win, but probably out of all of those other ones, like you said, the Bills over the Jets. I mean, a lot of people kind of seen that coming. A lot of people probably seen the Chiefs over the Raiders coming. I didn't. I didn't pick that one right either. Or the Packers over Seattle, because I thought Russell Wilson coming back was at least going to score a tutty. But yeah, I'll go with the Panthers over the Cardinals, man. What was your biggest win or the biggest upset or whatever?
Well, real quick, I thought that Carolina game was crazy just for the simple fact that PJ Walker was the leading passer in that game. I think he had 167 yards, but he didn't have no touchdowns though. Cam Newton only threw 4 passes, bro. Had a rushing touchdown and a passing touchdown. So I was like, so Cam Newton came in there with 4 passes, limited action, and put up 12 points on him. like, all right, like how long are you on the field to put up 12 points? You know what I'm saying? And he put up the 12 points. And I mean, the difference was 24 points, but still, you know what I'm saying? So PJ Walker had 160 something yards. Cam Newton only had 8 yards passing, but one of them resulted in points. So it was like whatever packages he was in, whatever he was supposed to be doing, he did what he had to do. So I thought that was crazy. The other crazy part is just seeing Colt McCoy still playing. like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like he got a win last week. You know what I'm saying? He came in, he had 107 yards. He threw an in two though. So, you know, it was what it was. But the Carolina had been or Arizona had been rolling. So it was that one was crazy just for the simple fact they had been rolling. Both quarterbacks had comparable games, like you know what I'm saying, like 107 yards, 167 yards. Both of them had interceptions, no touchdowns. So I was like, wow, they played comparable games. The difference was Cam Newton, to be honest with you, man. That little short time he was in the game, he made something happen. So it was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like you see the difference from having somebody who is a leader on the team, somebody that still has some talent versus somebody who is, you know what I'm saying, there. And don't get me wrong, like PJ Walker, if I'm not mistaken, when the AFL was out, or USFL, I think it was, when the USFL came back out or whatever, he was balling. You know what I'm saying? He was balling. You know what I mean? And you see plays from PJ Walker when he comes in and plays, but man, Cam Newton just on another level with that talent. And when he get those flashes, he flashing. So that was that.
Mm-hmm.
Man, the other ones, it's a few of them, man. A few of these wins, I was like, wow, I couldn't believe Seattle got donutted. Like, I'm like, y'all didn't put up no points. Not y'all didn't kick a field goal. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like that was wild, and wild in itself. So that's the main takeaway from that one. Like y'all didn't score nothing. I mean, all the stats aside, I won't even get into the stats on that game, but the fact that they didn't, put up points at all, I was like, wow. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say Bucks at Washington, bro. That
Right.
that one was wild to me only because like you see quarterbacks like Heineke all the time, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like they come in, they have a good game in the playoffs, or I mean, just look at Caleb Haney, for instance. You know what I'm saying? Like he gets in the playoff game when he was with the Bears. He wins a playoff game, something that we didn't see Jay Cutler do too much of. and then, and you know what I'm saying? And then, his first time he got in, he had a playoff game, he lost. But you know what I'm saying? He gets in games, he does okay or whatever. Or Matt Flynn, for instance. We can go to Matt Flynn. You know what I'm saying? He balls out his little 2 games he played with Green Bay, gets a starting job somewhere. He's okay. He goes to Seattle and gets beat out by Russell Wilson, like, and he's no more. So Heineke reminded me of that. Like, all right, he get in, he get his shot, he ball, he's gonna come back, he's gonna be trash by NFL standards. He had 26 of 32, bro. 256 yards in the touchdown on what's supposed to be one of the most feared pass rushing defenses in the league. Tom Brady had 2 picks in the first quarter. He had 2 picks. And I'm looking at the game. I'm like, is this Tom Brady or is they switch positions? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he Shane Sung him or something and took his soul and switched places with him or something. Because it just looked bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong, Tom Brady is Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? He still threw 2 touchdowns after that. You know what I mean? It's time. But I was just surprised that you know what I'm saying, that Haney only missed 6 passes and throw a touchdown, and he looked like Brady, like young Brady, just dinking and throwing it everywhere. You know what I
He
mean?
was
Just
locked in.
yeah, he just looked like him. So I thought that was a nice little upset there. That one, and the one that pissed me off the most. Well, it wasn't necessarily no upset because I don't think we was favorite. It was New England put up 45 on us, bro. And that's going to bring us to the next football topic. What the hell was going on Sunday, bro? What the, bro? Let me tell you, man. Listen, I'm watching the game, right? And I'm like, all right, we score first. We come down the field. We looking good, hitting everybody, you know, targets. And then Baker Mayhem showed up. For people don't know, I call Baker Mayfield Mayhem, bro. When he act bad, he mayhem. We not in good hands, bro. We need protection from Allstate. And, and you know what I'm saying? And Baker Mayhem showed up, bro. We was not in good hands, bro. He looked terrible. When I say terrible, I mean the worst kind of terrible, bro. Like and all of it wasn't necessarily his fault. Like Njoku had some drop passes, you know what I mean? He had a drop touchdown pass. It was a couple bad things that going on, but he made Odell Beckham's dad who put that tape together, boy. He made him look 100% correct. Now the first game, you know what I'm saying? That Odell was gone. He made him look stupid. But man, right. This one, boy, whoo, it was rough. And credit to Myles Garrett. I'm gonna just say this too. Credit to Myles Garrett because he came out and said, man, like the defensive coordinator didn't make no adjustments. You know what I'm saying? Like we was going out running the same stuff that they was running before, and you could tell. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I've been saying this since the Chargers game. It's like we go out with this vanilla scheme, and you know teams run up the middle on us or whatever, and you don't see effort sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I said that on the 4-3. Sometimes you don't see that effort with people hitting the gaps. You don't see. And our secondary is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like the first few games, we was getting burnt deep because they was trying to figure out who was supposed to be where. But they even lock people up for time, you know, time and time again. But when they start running the ball on us, Stevenson balled on us, bro. Like he was looking like Jerome Bettis. I'm gonna just put that out there. Like he was running all through us. So and he averaged 5 yards a carry. He had 20 carries, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. So I mean, right. He was looking. I mean, and we let Mac Jones throw 3 touchdowns on us, bro. He didn't even have 200 yards passing. Like that, I was just like, wow, bro. Like we look bad. We look bad, bro. So yeah. Shout out to D'Ernest too. D'Ernest was our leading rusher. He had 99 yards and he had 58 receiving yards, bro. So I'm like, we need something. Our receivers we just look bad, bro. That's all I'm gonna say about it. That was surprising to me. Like we put up 7 points and that was the first drive, and then we went out there and looked like high school. Like just bad, bro.
Yeah, like I was watching some of that game. I didn't watch it all the way through and through, but like, you know, I started watching the beginning of it and I'm like, okay. I'm like, Cleveland right there. They in it. You know what I'm saying? The score was still relatively close when I was watching it early. You feel me? So I'm like, all right, cool. And then I forget what I did, man. I think I shot to the store or, you know, did something. Came back, like, all right, let me cut this back on. And then I seen the points. I'm like, oh, man. So, you know me, man. I'm an AFC North guy, man. Baltimore all day. So take a loss. So I was laughing at that. I'm like, oh, snap, they losing. I'm like, it's a wrap for them. And then I peeked over and seen Pittsburgh was losing at that time. I'm like, oh, okay. It's about to be a perfect Sunday. Like, nah, negative Batman. I mean, it was still a perfect Sunday. They tied, so couldn't ask for anything better than that. But yeah, man, I get it, man, as far as dropping the ball, because my my stuff started Thursday.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna get and
We started
we're gonna touch on that one too. I just think that it's so crazy, bro. Like, I think it's so crazy that you can have Myles Garrett getting through, you know what I'm saying, causing his havoc that he causing. Um, which they had a decent game plan for him too. And I can't remember the offensive lineman name. Win. It was Win. Number 76 for the Patriots. He did a great job on Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett gonna be Myles Garrett, so he still has some sacks, some hurries, and a sack. But it was just like, all right, you know what I'm saying? They did a decent job, but it was like, where's the adjustments? Like you said, where's the adjustments? Why are they doing the same thing over and over again on us, man? Like, and you can kind of see it. You can kind of see it. And real talk, Baker, bro. I don't know, man. Like, we're gonna discuss his contract at a later date, probably at the end of the season, and what they should do with him. But I got a nice little strong opinion about that right now. But but anyway, man, it just that was just terrible, bro. Ain't no way you come out and you running the same old thing. And I'm calling it like that they about to run up the middle. Where is this at? They came out with a dime package, bro. A dime package when they had their backs to their end zone on the 2-yard line. We came out in a dime package. Like, who does that? Like, what are you doing? Like,
Cleveland Browns.
Like, you know what? We need one linebacker for this one, bro. Just one. They gonna run it though, but dime. I'm just like, all right, bro. if that's how we want to play it, then it's gonna happen like that all the time. Like, you gonna give up 5 yards a clip. You coming out in dimes with your back against the wall, like, and you know they running the ball. So, all right, well, that's that one. I ain't gonna now. I'm starting to get pissed off thinking about that dime package, but anyway, it just looked bad. In our game plan, you know what I'm saying. Some and Baker did some overthrows too, like normal. It was just bad, bro. We looked like we was out there. We was eating chips and stuff instead of practicing. That's what it looked like. But anyway, good job, New England, for that one. You play the best coach of all time, and y'all look like y'all did get coached that out. Yeah, so that's that one. Now
Right.
we can backtrack and say, what the hell happened on Thursday, bro? What was y'all doing?
Probably the same thing y'all was doing, bro. For real, like they was all in the meeting and together, like, you know what, we gonna tank it this week. Like, everybody in AFC North, y'all down? We're just gonna tank it this week. All right, keep everything close, interesting. Like this was our perfect chance to kind of start running away with the division. You know what I'm saying? So we come into the game similar to, like I said, very similar to what you just said about Cleveland, bro. First drive looks great all the way down the field. Boom. Andrews, boom. Hollywood, Brown, boom. Bateman get one. Sammy Watkins get a little catch. The running game look good. Freeman popping a couple. I think Le'Veon Bell even got into the mix on that first drive. Like, I'm like, okay, now I'm starting to see something. I'm like, okay, bet. I'm like, yeah, we about to run the table on these boys. They hold us for 3. They hold us for 3 on that first drive. And then basically after that, it was a defensive game after that. Like, just the way the scoring summary went. First quarter, we scored 3 points. Second quarter, they put up 2 field goals, so they go up by 3. Then third quarter, don't nobody score. And then in the fourth quarter, they put up 16 points and we put up 7. Like, yo, like, what is going on here? So when I look at and break it down just on the game leaders, so Tua ended up having to come in because I keep wanting to say Teddy Bridgewater. It's
Jacoby Brissett.
Jacoby Brissett. I don't know why I always get them guys mixed up, like always, just on the name wise. Like, it's just weird. But Jacoby Brissett, he ended up going out with an injury. So they bring in Tua, which I didn't say nothing to nobody, but I had a fear that was going to happen. I'm like, watch something happen with Brissett, and they bring in this lefty, and then the whole game plan just freaking shift. And that's kind of what happened. You know what I'm saying? He ended up coming in the game. I can't remember which quarter he came in the game. I want to say it was the second half, to be honest.
Yeah, it was the
But he
second half, I think.
yeah, he came in. He didn't throw no touchdowns, but he still went 8 of 13 and had a Bailey didn't do too much. He had 14 carries, 31 yards, and a leading receiver had 87. So you know when you see those numbers, it's like okay, well how did they put up 16 on y'all? You know what I mean? But if you know football is down, it's distance. Like sometimes you don't have to throw like even the game last night, the Garoppolo game. He didn't have to throw the ball that much. They was running the ball. You know what I'm saying? It's about being prolific, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't got to take too many shots downfield, but the ones that he did take downfield was wide open. Like he had a 60-yard, you know what I'm saying, throw that was clutched. I want to say that was on the third down. Like, come on. And then also to that point, man, Lamar Jackson cannot do it all. Of course, man, I'm a Baltimore fan. I got nothing but praises for Lamar Jackson, man. He's definitely doing this thing. But he comes in, one, he has to throw the ball 43 times, which, you know, a season or two ago, you know, you would say, oh, he's not that type of quarterback that needs to throw the ball 32 times or 42 times. Well, he threw it 43 times. He completed 26 of them. He had 238 yards pass and one tug, one pick. You know what I'm saying? So he got to do that. He was also the leading rusher on our team with 9 carries for 39 yards.
Which is
And then
wild.
right, like he still they leading rusher had 31 on 14 carries. He had 9 for 39. Like that's just crazy, man. And then you got Bateman, the rookie, which is starting to step up, man. So that's really the only positive I seen out of this game was Bateman. That's the only positive I've seen out of this game. I think the defense, definitely choked on a team that does not have a prolific offense, does not have an elite quarterback. This is not a playoff team. Like, and if we calling ourselves quote unquote contenders, the teams that you supposed to beat, you should beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. You know, we all say on any given Sunday you can win or you can lose, but the teams that you're supposed to beat, you need to beat, man. Like that's the time where you're like, all right, let's see if the game plan is fully working and drive it down their throat. But like you said, man, I take a lot of the blame off of the players and I put more on the coaching staff. Greg Roman, bro, is like, what are you doing? Like the defense, they're gonna play how they're gonna play. I know we're gonna blitz. I know we're gonna run cover zero. That secondary needs to, I don't know, man, get something in sync. We can't say next man up because it's already the next 2-3 guys already up and playing. So it's not like we can say, hey man, you know, we're gonna sit you down for a game and let somebody else get a chance to see if they got some better chemistry. No, we can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So they got to get some type of chemistry, man. Like this season, I've seen way too many blown coverages, man. 2 guys jumping on the flat, and then it's a wide open guy streaking down up the seam or down the sideline or coming down the middle. The safety didn't see him coming over late. The guy already caught the ball. Boom, 60, 70-yard touchdown. Like it's just crazy. Like too many big plays are coming like that. Now we're decent against the run and all the short stuff. That's cool, but that passing game, man, when teams need to take a shot, they're able to do that most of the time, man. And they just got to tighten up, bro. Like I don't get it, man. Like I really don't get it, man. So I don't know, man. Hopefully we bounce back, man. We get next week. Get this ball rolling. Right now, we're still fortunate to be on top of the AFC North, but we starting to get to the back half of the the back half of the season. So it might not, you know what I'm saying, stay that way. Like Pittsburgh look like they trying to heat up. Cincinnati, they still looking kind of warm where they at. I don't know what's going on with y'all for real, because y'all started off high, look like y'all definitely cooling down. But right now, as we know, like around week 10, week 11, week 12, week 13, these upcoming weeks that we about to go into, these next couple months of football, you need to be playing your best football.
It's the time to be playing it, because once it get to that December and the team starts separating, you know what I mean? Like this would have been a perfect week for us to win, to tighten up the division a little bit more. You know what I mean? And we can, like I said, we came out there flat. Yeah. So you're right about that. You got to play your best football in these months. Because I don't know if the second best team in our division gets in. The AFC is extra tough. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so many teams in the AFC that's 500 or better. You know what I mean? And one win could jockey you out the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. So all in all, man, we need to tighten up, man. You might hear it here first, man, but I think it's about time for one of them Lamar streaks.
yeah, man. My takeaway from y'all game is one thing that you just said. The one thing that you said in the beginning, man, it's y'all number one in rushing this week. Coming in there this week, number one in rushing. And Lamar Jackson had 39 yards on 9 carries. Like that's the best. You know what I'm saying? That's the best. The running backs could help. Like they couldn't help past 39 yards. Like, come on, bro. Like that was wild. I will say Lamar Jackson, the short throwing game, kind of could supplement that or whatever. But the worst part about it is I saw the linebackers coming down like they was blitzing in the gaps or whatever. And then they just backed out. And it seemed like once Miami started doing that, coming down, bringing the linebackers in the A gap, set hut, you know what I mean? And then they back out into coverage. It was like, oh, snap. Like, we didn't even think about this. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know what to do with this. And then they got decent pressure with the front four. So it was like front 3 or 4, whatever they run, but whatever they was running, but you know what I'm saying? Decent pressure enough to where Lamar Jackson rolled out and he was either running close to somebody and had to make an errant pass, or he was trying to scramble and got a yard, or you know what I'm saying? Or something like that. It wasn't.
To be honest, it was a fancy cover 0 or cover 1 that they was running. So like they had the 2 inside linebackers showing like they blitz, and they'll back at least one out most of the time, but they're sending a nickel off the edge. So you know what I'm saying? And I was just watching it, bro. Like every down, like the first half, they did it like first down and third down. But then in the second half, literally they was doing it every play. Like basically, like we just gonna keep sending it until they figure out a way to stop it. And that's what I'm like how you alluded to your coordinator just not changing with the game plan. Like, come on, throw a screen. Like if you see they're doing this, and it was just crazy because you see these Miami guys, you would have thought they won a playoff game.
Right.
They out here jumping on top of each other's heads and doing all this crazy. So I mean, don't get me wrong, like, if you winning and you want somebody's head like that, if you turned up, then yeah, man, you deserve to, you know what I'm saying, show out a little bit. But I'm like, bro, these guys are showing y'all up, bro. Like y'all supposed to be one of the top teams in the AFC, not even just the AFC North, just in the AFC period. Like y'all in the conversation week in and week out, who's the best team in the AFC. And then as soon as a commentator or an analyst or even a fan says, hey, it's Baltimore because of this, and this, that next week, y'all pull up a dud. Like what? Like, come on.
And like you said, like the duds and stuff is gonna happen, bro. But it's just like the telltale sign for me was in the fourth quarter when y'all was in the cover 1 or whatever. Y'all was in cover 1. Chuck Clark was in the back. They motioned the receiver all the way to the left side of the offense, and nobody runs with him. Like, you're in man. Like, where's the man that's supposed to be on this guy? And Set Hut and Chuck Clark is like, oh snap. He was already beat. Like, you know what I'm saying? That iced the game right there. Like, all right, well, it's 50-something yarder, 56 yarder, or whatever it was. Like, no, where was the man? That's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody said, oh, snap, let me get over here. Chuck Clark seen him coming across and was just stood there like, I know I ain't supposed to go there because I'm supposed to be deep, but oh well. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody was communicating. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that was the telltale for me. Like, this game, something was just off this game because stuff like that was happening. And then we gotta address the other elephant in the room too. Like, yeah, they scored 16 points in the fourth. One of them was a fumble six. So, so we gotta address that too. And also, Pat Queen had a fumble he could have picked up or could have fell on, but he tried to pick it up. So I was like, bro, brother, you got to fall on that, bro. You can't try to scoop. Like, you got to fall on that, bro.
I get it. I get it, man. You trying to be great and make a play, but you just falling on it is a play by itself.
That's the play.
That's the play. Like, I don't know, man. Like, it's easy as a fan watching the game, like, bro, just fall on it. But I gotta think, like, even me playing, like, what if it was me, would I just fall on it or would I try to scoop that mug? Me being me, I probably would have tried to scoop that mug too. But after the first, oh, I ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? Because I think he had like 2 tries at it. Like,
he ran past it and was grabbing it, like leaning kind of back. Once I feel like I don't got it in my hand, bro. And then you're so close to the offensive line. You're so close to the offensive line with the fumble. Like, at that point, you like, all right, bro. Like, me, I would love to scoop and score it, but I'm the type of dude, like, we losing, bro. Like, if I can get it, I gotta get it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I was like, man, wow, if he would have just fell on it, that's a whole momentum shifter right there. It changes the game. So I think most fans look at the game, you know what I'm saying, and they see the score, oh, it's 22-10. Lamar Jackson had the most rushing yards. The running backs didn't do nothing, bro. They didn't do nothing. Like, yeah, okay, they didn't do nothing, but it was still ebbs and flows in the game that could have changed it. And that him failing to pick that up, we don't know what could have happened if he would have picked it up. Obviously, the game wouldn't have been nice, but you know what I'm saying? Right. So it was just like, wow, man. So those 2 things right there, the fumble six and then the him not picking up the fumble. I was like, that was point swings right there. So you know, that surprised me too. Like, I mean, I know Queen was doing his thing, but yeah, you should have picked that up though. Yeah, so man, I don't know, man. So that was good, man. That was good. You know, we got our upsets in. I wanted to yell at my team, but I can't yell at them too bad because kind of figured they was gonna suck. But this week, bro, that's why I didn't pick them. I didn't pick them or bet on them because that's one of them games where you just look at it and then you like, nah.
Right. It felt like it was a trap game, man. This was the week. Last 2 weeks been victim of the trap games. I ain't gonna lie. For a lot of teams.
And I told people before the year, when we first started this at the beginning of this football season, that Patriots was going to get better. So their defense was better than it was last year. So proving that to be correct. But anyway, man, moving along, wanted to touch on some NBA standings, man. We got some weird stuff going on early. Now, it is early. It is early in the season. Quick. Yeah.
Real quick before we go to the NBA, getting his jersey retired in Louisville.
Oh, yeah. Definitely wanted to touch on that. Man, shout out to Lamar for getting his jersey retired. A lot of people think, you know, you see people's jersey get retired, you're like, man, that happens all the time. Not in Louisville. The only other person that got his jersey retired in Louisville is the Hall of Famer Johnny Unitas. So, hey, man, listen.
And where did Johnny Unitas play his career at?
Man, it don't matter, bro.
NFL career. It was the Baltimore Colts. You know what I'm saying? Greatness follows greatness, man. Let's go. So, I was hyped for that, bro. It's in the cards, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yu-Gi-Oh. But, his career in Louisville was amazing, man. It was amazing. So it's like when I see what he did, and we know that most of these like college and the NFL is totally different. So you got these quarterbacks that have these great collegiate careers, but then it doesn't always end up being that same way going into the NFL. With Lamar Jackson, I do not think that's the case. If he is even close to these numbers in 4 years, which what this is his fourth year, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, this is fourth year. Stats later and probably come back to it. But his career stats at Louisville is 9,043 passing yards, 4,132 rushing yards, 119 touchdowns. And of course, he got a Heisman Trophy as well. Like, and to be honest, just off the top of my head, I want to say his career numbers in the 4 years he's been in the league, including what he's doing right now, sounds pretty close to that. You know what I'm saying? He didn't average maybe he probably a little less on the rushing yards just because he didn't start the whole season his rookie year, but he been averaging a 1,000 yards almost every season. He's on pace to have another 1,000 yards rushing this year. He's
I'm about to
already
tell you.
over. You said what?
I said, I'm about to tell you.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm about to
He
tell
definitely
you.
doing his thing, man.
He doing his thing. He got 9,532 yards in his 4 years here at Baltimore, 82 touchdowns, only 26 picks. He got 3,545 rushing yards, 21 touchdowns. Need we and not to mention he has an MVP. So that's the Heisman right there. That's the Heisman.
Yeah, you
right
see what
there.
I'm saying? So you can actually see, and that's what be killing me when I be hearing people like, "Oh, he's a running back." Like, man, come on, bro. You don't put up numbers like that in college if you're a running back. You don't put up numbers like that your first 4 years in the NFL as a running back. You know what I'm saying? When you're a running back, you're a running back. Some of these guys that are 1,000 yards, you know what I'm saying, a season. So come on, man, get off my man's back, man. I think he's gonna ride have that monkey on him until he get one. And I don't. Hey, he never won. He never got one in Louisville, but I think he's definitely gonna get one in Baltimore. I don't know when it's gonna be. Hopefully, it's sometime soon. I'm hoping we get on this train, this Lamar train. You know what I'm saying? You seen all your highlights that you did in college, and now you got a little bit of extra juice, man. Get that Jordan secret stuff, and we can ride this all the way into February.
Right. Yeah, man. I forgot that I was gonna talk about that. I had that on my sheet and just kind of glossed right over it. But yeah, man, I'm glad we brought that up. Lamar Jackson is the man. I knew he was gonna be the man because I was campaigning for it, bro. Like, come on, bro, we gotta get Lamar, man. Lamar, the best quarterback in the draft. No, we didn't do it, of course. But whatever. Right. Whatever. We doing all right. We won a playoff game for the first time since ever. So yeah, man. But all right, yeah. That's what's up. Shout out to Lamar, man. So going back to this NBA stuff that we was gonna go to next before I so conveniently glossed over Baltimore news. It's a bunch of surprises, man, that's going on in the NBA early. You know what I'm saying? It's weird looking at NBA standings and not seeing the usual suspects. I mean, you see some of the usual suspects when you look over into the Western Conference. You got the Golden State #1, Phoenix #2, Dallas #3, Denver Nuggets 4, 5 Utah, 6 Clippers, which I guess you can say they've been usual as of late, but whatever. Lakers 7, Memphis 8. So that's the 8 over there. Then you got in the East. And I know people are going to be like, what? If you don't watch the NBA or if you just casual, but you got the Wizards number 1. They 10-3. That's crazy. Chicago Bulls 10-4, which we knew that they would kind of be in a playoff race or whatever. Just I didn't think even this early that they would be number 2. Brooklyn number 3. Heat number 4. The Heat actually have a nice squad, but And when you get down to I do got to say, when you get down to the 4, 5, 6 for these conferences or whatever, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it's all touch and go. Like it's 6 to 8 wins you see in any time in an 82 game season or a long season. You can see people switch based off of, like I said earlier about the NFL, 1 or 2 wins. So, but anyway, Heat number 4, Cavs number 5, Knicks number 6, Sixers number 7, Hornets 8. In your Boston Celtics, I'm gonna go down one more, number 9, 7-7. I don't know, man. I wanted to bring this stuff up because, you know what I'm saying, I watch the NBA or whatever, and then I hear the conversations. I'm in a few sports groups too on social media, and I just look at it like, wait a minute, like who do they have? You know what I'm saying? And we went over the Wizards roster before the show, and I'm like, the only person I know they got is Bradley Beal, and I'm like, he is the only star. Like, I mean, they got Kyle Kuzma, but is he a star? Like, you know what I'm saying? Spencer Dinwiddie is a decent player. We like, all right, whatever. They got a good team. They got good teamwork so far. They 10-3, and to put that in perspective, over on the West, the Golden State Warriors 11-2, and they looking like, I mean, they playing nice basketball over there. I mean, textbook ball over there. Like the ball is moving. Steph Curry is doing Steph Curry-ish things. So they're looking pretty good, man. I don't know. I had to bring that up just because even if you think about what 2 years ago or what last year, Utah Jazz was number 1. You know what I mean? So it's like they number 5, coming in. They had a nice run all the way through a season or through a whole season, then got injured in the playoffs, and now they number 5. So it's like, all right, the NBA is getting interesting again. Let's put it that way. You're not seeing the usual guys up there. But to dive slightly deeper into it, man, the Lakers, it seemed like right now they kind of going up and down with the Russell Westbrook experiment. Man, that dude is turning the ball over like me. Like if I was on the NBA court, like they'd be ripping me left and right. Like, bro, you ain't been out here. This dude is making errant passes and everything. You feel me? I'm like, hey, bro, this one looking kind of. I mean, I feel like they'll get into the rhythm of it or whatever. But them turnovers, boy, them bad boys got to go. He had a few games where he had 10 or more. I'm like, come on, bro. Like it ain't Christmas yet, my G.
Trying to get another record.
Yeah, he about to get another. He about to have the most quadruple doubles.
Right.
With them turnovers added.
Yeah, man. I mean, when I look at this list, man, like we always say, especially when it comes to basketball, like this list is gonna change. Like these top 5, top 10 teams are gonna, or top 8, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna change. Like in the Western Conference, for instance, with Dame Doll over there in Portland, I don't really see them staying at 9 or lower the rest of the season. Grizzlies can make a push. Clippers can make a push. Of course, LA gonna make a push. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, you got a lot of different pieces on a lot of these different teams. It's like just getting the gel, getting the chemistry. And the thing is, if people either know the game of basketball, maybe you played it, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you can start off great, you have great chemistry, and most of that, maybe that's not even chemistry. Maybe it's just looking at people's athletic ability, and everybody's just kind of on at that point. But as you get going in the season, some of them teams, them first couple of times you played them, didn't have that chemistry. But now you get later in the season, now they playing lights out ball because now they done got some chemistry. Now they know who to trust. Now you done got warmed up. Now you done shook off the rust. Now you know what I'm saying? Now you in mid-season form. Like, and a lot of these teams, they start off kind of sluggish, trying different lineups. Like, okay, which is going to be my starting lineup? Which is going to be the lineup that I need to come off the bench? Who do I like if we down 15, 20 points going into the third? Who do I need to get out there? You know what I'm saying? So I think that's definitely gonna fluctuate, especially in the West. It's tough, man. The Suns was The Suns look like they ready to go back to the thing again. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of point guard, you know what I mean? He had a hell of a move the other night. I seen it on Twitter for the night. And yeah, you heard it correctly. Point guard, like man, put some respect on his name.
Man, bro, it's crazy because man, like it just a side note before you finish, man. Listen, people do not understand how great Chris Paul is just as a player, bro. Like he went to the. Man, I'm trying to refrain from using preferred not preferred language, but he went to the Oklahoma City Thunder, bro. It was him and some high school kids and maybe one college player, and he took them to the playoffs, bro. Like, I'm like, come on, bro. Like they were so unorganized, you know what I mean? They play all organized and stuff like that when before Westbrook got traded. Maybe he didn't want to be there, but I just think the leadership is different. You know what I'm saying? So he brings those leadership qualities to teams. You know what I'm saying? When he gets to teams and they end up doing better than what they projected to be. So I don't think anybody would have said the Phoenix Suns would have been the Western Conference team in the finals last year. So
no, they definitely wouldn't. I know I wouldn't have called it, but and then on the Eastern side, man, like you called earlier, man, nobody's seen the Wizards being number one right now. I definitely think that's going to change going down the stretch. You know what I'm saying? Might change in the next couple months. I definitely think that the East is going to definitely get shaken up a little bit. Brooklyn, I don't know. I haven't watched a lot. It's usually a freaking loss. Like I think I watched all four of those all four of those losses that they took, and when they look bad, they look terrible. James Harden still trying to do the I'm the dribble show, and like bro, pass the ball, bro. Like I get it, man. Like you trying to get these certain calls, like you one of the main reasons why they tightening up on some of these calls. Like you're not gonna keep getting that, bro. Like just play ball. Like stop trying to pull out the cheat code, you know what I'm saying? So you can go to the foul line and shoot 35 free throws a night. Like, stop. I think the Bucks gonna have to do
when
something.
the game, when the game was like, more physical and stuff like that, and fouls were, called when they seemingly were supposed to be called. I mean, sometimes you have some whack fouls. Could you imagine, like, if they called fouls for Allen Iverson like they did for James Harden? Like Allen Iverson would have had 80 points a game. Like this little dude, all-time, like he dribbling,
all-time points.
He dribbling, get past somebody real quick, body check, throw it up, oh foul. Like that's Iverson. Like come on, bro. Like right. Whatever, man. James Harden annoyed the hell out of me. I'm gonna just put that out there with that flop, with that all that doing this and pump. Like, cut it out, bro. Like somebody trying to hit the button on 2K and they just tapping it.
Like, get out of here. Sometimes it work, man. We used to do that on NBA Jam all the time, pump fake. But yeah, I think the East definitely gonna fluctuate, man. I think the Nets probably gonna move up, eventually, especially once the chemistry get rolling. And KD ain't gonna really let them fall too much as long as he can stay healthy. Of course, that's the biggest. Hopefully, Boston make a move. I think the Hornets are gonna make a move. I think the Hawks might make a move late. The Bucks, man, I don't know, man. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Giannis. But I kind of feel like a lot of other people in the league feel, man. He just seemed like he a one-trick pony. So, we're gonna kind of see if last year was a fluke. But I do think they're gonna end up they're not gonna sit at 11 all year. I know that. So they definitely gonna move up, and they probably gonna find their way back into the playoffs as well. But I don't see them being that top tier team as soon as you figure out how to maybe contain Giannis. Like, you can't really officially stop it unless he's stopping himself. But it's a one-trick pony. If you can slow down those transitions to the bucket, you know what I'm saying, fast breaks or Euro steps to the bucket, and force these other role players to step up. Like right now, this is where you kind of separate from them. You know what I'm saying? Because you let them get rolling and you let these role players get that confidence and then they get back into they might be back in it again. So I don't know, man, but it's definitely interesting, man. Like you said, basketball is starting to get back interesting again. I know I talked about it on a previous show, how, I used to be really into basketball back in the day, but not as much the last couple years. But they definitely giving me reasons to, come home and be like, man, who's playing tonight? And actually catch a game and watch it, sit down, talk some trash. You know what I'm saying? What we used to do back in the day, was it a bucket, a bottle in the bucket?
Bottle in the bucket.
You know what I'm saying? And watch the game. You feel me? So it's getting back to that, man.
Yeah, I agree with you on the East 100%. I think this whole top 8 is going to be shaken up. Like, I mean, you still going to have the Nets in there. The Bulls might still make the playoffs. The Heat, I think, definitely will probably be in the playoff picture, just at a lower seed. I can't see Milwaukee being 11. Like, that's just – they got shooters in Giannis, so they'll be all right. 76ers is a conundrum. I think they could go up further, but they don't have a division win yet. I mean, so I don't know. I don't know what that's looking like, but I don't know what that's about. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? They just one solid point guard away from going on a run. Point guard play away from going on a run or whatever. So that's that. You know what I'm saying? In the East, it has teams that can play. You know what I'm saying? Can play all the way out. The East normally will put a teams at 500 or a few games below 500 in at the 7th and 8th, 6th, 7th, and 8th seed. So all of this could be different. All of this could be different. I do agree with you, with especially with the Bucks in terms of going on a run. Like once they, put their foothold down, and you know what I mean, Giannis can go on a streak. Because believe it or not, like it's kind of like baseball in a sense. Like once a player is on, get locked in, you know what I'm saying, he can have a 10-game, 25-point streak. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll put this in perspective. The Wizards are 10-3. Well, they just won 5 games straight. So they would have been 5-3. And if they would have lost any of those games in between, they would be right around the 4th to the 8th seed at this point. You know what I'm saying? So any of these teams, specifically the 76ers or the Bucks, you know what I'm saying, can go on a 5-game streak. Now, 76ers just lost 4 straight. So you figure if they would have won 4 straight, they would be 11-2.
Mm-hmm.
Or 12-2. They'd be 12-2. So you know what I'm saying? So those game swings right now are like, okay, you know what I'm saying? We lost this many games or whatever, or we won this many games. But I remember specifically like San Antonio, when San Antonio was on a dynasty run, they would go on 14-game winning streaks, then lose 3, and then go on 10-game winning streaks. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I can see that happening with some of these teams. You know what I'm saying? If the 76ers can get that consistent play that they missing for the last 4, you know what I mean? They can go on a 5-game winning streak. All right, we're gonna lose 2. All right, now we're gonna win 8 straight. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm looking at. That's how I'm looking at it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a game of runs, and all you got to do is just pull off some runs, and then you know what I'm saying, it's over with. So, but anyway, that's the NBA that's the NBA for the day, man. I just thought that was interesting because, man, this is a weird early start to the season, man. Like weird early start to the season. I mean, Jared Allen won Player of the Month last month. Like when the last time the Cavs had a Player of the Month, it was LeBron. So,
right.
So just how weird it is. But anyway, all right, man. We're done with the sports, man. We're gonna move on to entertainment. Oh yeah, entertainment. Now this is not necessarily entertainment, but I guess it is entertaining to a lot of people. Man, I want to talk about the Kyle Rittenhouse trial, bro. I want to talk about the Kyle. I think this is the most obvious case of privilege, bro. Like it's funny. It's funny, but it's sad as hell too. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm reading it and going through it or whatever. I'm looking like, okay, this 17-year-old dude at the time, he was 17, took an AR-15 and, killed 2 people and wounded another person. You know what I'm saying? during a riot situation, and and not even the fact that he just killed two of them or whatever and injured the other one. He's hearing this in self-defense. Now the judge didn't allow pieces of evidence, and one of the pieces of evidence that he didn't allow was social media posts where he was saying like he was gonna do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know I got guns, and if they tearing up businesses, I'm gonna go down there and do A, B, and C. You know what I'm saying? So he basically saying what he was gonna do, at 17. And then I don't know if it was today or yesterday. I believe it was yesterday. The judge dismissed 6 of the gun charges. Like, one of the gun charges was having a gun under 18 years old, assault rifle under the age of 18 years old. He clearly had a gun at 18 before he was 18 years old. He has it on video. So how do you dismiss that charge, bro? I don't know, bro. That's just crazy. But anyway, so that's those 2 points, man, I wanted to make as far as about that, like the pieces of evidence that got dismissed, and then 2, the charges that got dismissed. One of them being having a assault rifle under the age of 18. Like, clearly, that's how do you dismiss that charge when it's true? But anyway, so that's clear case of privilege. Now, to the entertainment part of this, man, this dude was on the stage trying to give an Oscar performance, bro. Like, I don't know. Did you see it when he was crying? Fake crying?
No, I didn't catch that part. Like, I've been catching different clips. You know what I'm saying? But I caught I caught a little bit of the crying part. But I'm like, I can't remember what I was doing. I was doing something. I'm like, hold on, bro. This dude crying? I better get out of here, bro. Like, just like you said, in the beginning of this segment, is that classic case of privilege. Like, and my thing is, man, the jury's supposed to be deliberating, so we should get a verdict sometime today. You know what I'm saying? Depending, but I think they're gonna let him walk. For some reason, man, he's gonna get something like. And my thing is, man, is that I hope not, man, because we didn't talk about the riots over the last couple of years and all of that. I mean, you're gonna have another riot on your hand. And the only thing that I know for a fact that every black person in America is saying, like, let that have been me. One, it wouldn't have been no trial because I'd have got popped. 2, if it was a trial, they would have threw the book at me. I'd have got me and put me in adult prison. Like, you know what I'm saying? You want to spend, like, it's a open and shut case. But what I did see is that the one moment that stuck out to me that I just had to laugh and move on is that he said he had got, they asked him basically, why did he have an AR-15 versus just getting the pistol? And he said he got it because it looked cool. Like, that was his answer. Like, oh, I just got it because it looked cool. Like he's playing this game like he don't know, like he's mentally challenged. You feel me? Like he doesn't know what's going on. Like, he didn't know what he was doing. Like, he was just doing stuff because whatever. Like, oh well, so you're saying you don't know what ammo that you had? He was like, well, yeah, I had to do this because I had to load the magazine. Oh, so you didn't know how powerful those bullets was? You're like, I just thought a bullet was a bullet. Like, man, come on, cuz. Like, you had to order them. You know what I'm saying? You had to get them. Like, you had to do your research. Like, yeah, every kid, not even just kid, every person thinks the AR-15 looks cool. Everybody thinks the AR-15 looks cool. But like I said, it's just an open and shut case, man. When you got black folks dying in Walmart walking around with a fake gun. You got people going to jail and getting murdered by the police.
Kids in the park with a fake gun getting killed.
Yeah, with a fake gun, just having fun playing around versus a Caucasian kid talking about, oh, I got this AR-15 because it looked cool. I didn't know what I was doing. And he still won. He still made it home. He still went home that night.
My
Like
G,
he didn't
in
even,
the
it wasn't
pictures,
no straight to jail thing or nothing. Like, bro.
in the pictures, when you look at the pictures, like from the incident, no matter what, the main picture that they show on everything, like I look up CNN, for instance. Like if I look up CNN and I look at pictures from the incident, he has the AR-15 walking next to like police officers, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he just walking through. Like, I mean, it's your right to carry, bro. But if it's your right to carry, and it should be my right to carry, which that's the point of the gun charge or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? You had an AR-15, which is illegal under a certain age. So if you're doing it under a certain age and it's illegal, you know what I'm saying? You should be charged for that. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Even and I even read that his friend bought it for him. You know what I'm saying? Like his friend bought it for him. So he should be charged too. You like, you know what I'm saying? You can't sell no gun to somebody that's underage. Like, come on, bro. Like, so it's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? They do, you know what I'm saying? They doing all this stuff or whatever, and it's just blatant, like blatant racism, blatant privilege or whatever, man. Like this dude went and shot some people. You know what I'm saying? He claimed self-defense. Now, could it have been still self-defense in a sense? Maybe, but like I'm just imagining like it's all this evidence against you, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you on social media saying that you gonna do this if they start looting businesses. You got a gun and you underage. All of these things is damning, bro. You know what I'm saying? All of these things is damning, but the judge is throwing the shit out and cussing out the prosecutor for bringing it up. Like, huh?
Yeah.
What? Like y'all hiding it? Like clearly y'all hiding. Like,
Yeah, bro. They about to try to let this man walk, bro. Like for real. And the thing is, man, I just pray for everybody's reaction after they let this man walk. I hope they don't. Even if they give him they going to definitely, if they don't let him walk, they're gonna give him a lesser charge, bro. But the uproar that's gonna happen in the community, bro. And then that's why these folks gotta understand why black folks feel the way they feel, especially towards the justice system and the police. You say you want to say we should trust the justice system. You know what I'm saying? And they're here for you. Like, no, you're not. Like when you're letting a man go, take a lesser charge or walk, you feel me? And the evidence, like you just said, everything, all the evidence is pointing straight to him. Like, no, bro. And he killed two people. It ain't like he just went in and got a bunch of wounded. Like, no, he killed two people. You know what I'm saying? He killed two people. Like, nah, bro, y'all tripping, y'all bugging, man. So I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm just trying not to be outraged by it myself, man. I'm trying to, which is sad because at this point, this is not something that we should be numb to, but it just kind of
yeah,
is,
kind of,
like,
kind of
man.
is. Yeah, it's just wild,
Yeah,
man. Like you just see the overwhelming like evidence against them too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you can get a officer. You know what I'm saying? They can unlawfully, or it ain't never a lawful way to kill somebody unless they, trying to come and kill you. But you know what I'm saying? Or, threatening your
right.
family and all that stuff physically or whatever. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? They can kill somebody and then they can get paid and still be on desk duty and all of this stuff while the investigation is happening and all that crazy stuff. Or you get somebody who shoot up a church and he get taken to Burger King, but then you literally got kids with fake guns. Like that's what they sell fake guns for. So kids can play cops and robbers and all of that stuff. And they getting killed in the park, bro. And then you could go on desk duty and chill. Like, come on, bro. Like, what? Like, y'all talking about some justice? You got white swimmers, a white swimmer. I'm not gonna say his name on here because I don't know it offhand. Who can sexually harass a woman, and that's just putting it lightly. You know what I'm saying? You can put your hands on her without consent, and you can get probation. But then you got players, NFL players who get accused, or college players who get accused and they can go to jail for 10 years and not never do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? They never did it. Then 10 years later, the evidence come out and she lied. So you just wasted 10 years of this man's life, but you couldn't send this man to jail, like this boy to jail. Like
Right.
what
And
are
then
we what are we doing here? Bro?
at the end of the day, all they do is say, "Oh, I'm sorry." Like, nah, bro. But she need to go do if I did 10, bro, she need to go do 15.
They gotta double it, bro. She gotta do 20. And I need my restitution. Like, you send me to jail.
Facts. Damn it, like, man, restitution plus, like, what's the damage of character, all of that, bro. Like, I just had to sit here and go through all the stuff of being in prison for a crime I didn't commit, and now y'all, I could have died in them 10 years that I did. Now y'all talking about my bad. What? I'm about to pull some oh dang, man, that movie just fell out of my head, man. With Gerard Butler and Jamie Foxx.
I don't know what you're talking about too. I can't think of what it's called though.
It's something Citizen.
Law-abiding citizen.
Yep, I'm about to go law-abiding citizen on y'all. Like, that's one of my favorite movies, but still, I feel him like, man, what? Y'all did what? And let him go? What? All right.
It's just wild, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's wild, the discrepancy, man. And people act like they don't see it. Just like you can elect the president. You can elect the president who say misogynistic stuff against, I'm gonna grab her by the, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Or making fun of people with disabilities. But then when Obama get elected, or he president-elect, or he running, well, let's see his birth certificate. Like, what? Like, why you got to see his birth certificate for? How about you arrest this man for grabbing women where he shouldn't be grabbing them at? Like, come on, bro. Well, we can elect him, but we can't. We ain't asking for his. You know what I'm saying? It's just wild, bro. It just beats me, bro. And that's what I don't understand. Like, people don't even think rational about it. They just automatically take a side and then stay on that side, no matter whether they right, wrong, or indifferent. Like, if somebody right, cool, but it shouldn't be based off of just, oh, I'm this, I'm white, so all the white people should get off, or I'm black, so all the black people should get off. No, man, did the man kill somebody or not? Did he have a gun under the age that he was supposed to have it or not? Like, what is all of this politics stuff for? He either did it or he didn't. You know what I'm saying? Right. So whatever, man. But we know what it is. We know what it is. Anyway, man, moving along. We did the sports, we did the entertainment. Now we about to do the extra shit. Shit, man, what you got for extra shit today, man? Any extra shit you done seen, did, about to do?
I just got to say, not really, but I do got to say this because it is the season for it. I got greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes, ham, hog, chicken, you name it. Nah, that's pretty much all I got, man. I know you just get ready for Thanksgiving.
He said, I'm about to do some extra shit right now.
Facts. It's called extra shit for a reason, so I had to wild out real quick. But nah, just trying to get ready for the holiday season, man. Going over some stuff with my wife, saying like, hey, what we gonna do? Starting Christmas shopping early. You know, I've been trying to tell people that the last couple of years, like, man, stop waiting until December to be trying to get these Christmas gifts, man. And then you sitting here stressed out because you can't find stuff and all of this. Like, man, start early. Like, whoever got the last birthday after that, before November or during November, like after that, just depending on how birthdays fall in your family. Like, for me, after October, like after like towards the end of the middle of October, I'll start thinking about Christmas, like off drips. Like, I tell the kids, like, hey, get y'all list ready. They looking like, man, we haven't even ate turkey yet, Dad. I'm like, look, get your list ready now. Because if you don't get your list ready, if you come handing me your list the 1st of December, I'm going to laugh at you. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, we'll see. Because at this point, I done already gave you what I was going to give you. Like, your stuff already put up, probably already wrapped for real. Like, I'm trying to go in December and be able to chill. But, before we get to that, man, just getting ready for Thanksgiving, trying to see what we're going to do, doing something different this year. Personally, have I had it before? I've never actually cooked a duck myself. And of course, I gotta be extra since it is the extra segment. And I'm gonna smoke it. So my first time doing a duck, I'm still not putting it in the oven. I'm gonna put it on this bad boy grill, and we're gonna have smoked duck for Thanksgiving. That's pretty much all I got, man. What about you? What you got, man? You got some extra stuff going on, or about to do some extra? What's good?
Man, listen, bro. I'm always doing something extra, man. I'm over here making stuff, bro. I done made ornaments, you know what I'm saying? Me and my kids, we're gonna do a new tradition where every year, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna handcraft something for them. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna hang them up together. So we're gonna have a tree probably full of custom ornaments by 2 years from now, probably. You know what I'm saying? Everything gonna be custom because you know what I'm saying? So that we doing that or whatever, which y'all can find those on Kurt's Custom Engraving, by the way. And if y'all want some too, you know what I'm saying, join the tradition, you know. But but yeah, so you know, we can so I'm doing that or whatever, trying to just keep my design and stuff up or whatever. That's it. And then I don't know what I'm doing for the holidays. I'll probably bring that up next week since that'll be the week for it once I figure that out. But you know, my holiday plans ever since you know what I'm saying, me and my wife split, ex-wife split, she's been all through the air. So I don't know, bro, what I'm doing yet. I'll figure that out before next week. But
about to say, you always got a plate in the seat next to your boy.
Oh man, you know, I might take you up on that because it might, you know, games. I definitely be watching the game. Which next week we gotta do the pick the teams on Thanksgiving. But anyway, do us like a Thanksgiving wager or something. But but yeah, so yeah, man. So I don't know, man. Nothing too major. Just over here crafting stuff for them. You know what I'm saying? To keep it keep the holiday traditions going. At least trying to start something new for us or whatever. Yeah, man. So that's about it. I see extra shit though all the time though. I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. I be hearing stuff and seeing people doing stuff, bro, and I just be rolling like, all right. Especially my kids, bro. They be doing all kind of stuff. I'll be like, all right, y'all weird. But I ain't gonna put them on Front Street today though, bro. I'm gonna wait till they do something extra funny, and then I'm gonna be like, all right, now I gotta be on front. But yeah. But man, we have fun over here, man. That's all we doing. Having fun, nothing too extra. Probably see, you know, in terms of Christmas, you know what I'm saying? I do the same thing you do. I get their list a little early if possible. And sometimes, you know what I'm saying, I wait for a little while after I stack some bread or something like that and then just order their stuff or whatnot. But man, as far as that go, I'm with you, boy, because you ain't nothing coming. I can't do that anyway, because my son's birthday December 1st. And my oldest, his birthday December 23rd. So I can't be lollygagging, bro. Like, I lollygag. I got to do birthday parties and Christmas, and I'm done. Like I'm dead if I lollygag.
Yeah, I do too, man. You know, my youngest, her birthday in December too. So that's why I'm like, look, man, y'all gotta get it to me early. Cause if not, man, y'all better be happy with what you got. If you're not, I'm taking it back. That's where I'm at. Like, oh, you don't want to play with this? I mean, Dad, it's cool. All right, cool. It's gonna be cool. Go.
When I see that refund hitting 3 to 5 business days.
Right. What happened to my one thing?
That's some extra shit right there, bro. How you can go in there and spend your money and then you gotta wait 5 days to get it back. That's some extra shit.
Right. And take 5 days for you to take it.
Right.
That's why once I got stuff, they're like, well, you can return it. I'm like, man, I'm not about to. I need the money now, bro. Like, y'all got me. I might as well keep it. I might as well just sell it to somebody wholesale, like whatever, bro. Like, I need the cheese now, bro. Like, I bought it for 200, bro. Give me 150 right now. It's yours. You know what I'm saying?
Straight like that, bro.
I don't know, but that is wild.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man. All right, man. First time recording in the morning, man. Thinking we're good. Next time, man, we're gonna go live for y'all. Go live. Y'all gonna see you know, a little bit of different production quality in terms of the banners and stuff. I'm gonna have my, you know what I'm saying, stuff down there, you know what I'm saying, so you can see it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm just talking shit, bro. But anyway, man, we gonna get up through out of here. Anything you want to say before we get out of here, bro?
Yes and no. Well, yeah, I do. But because I meant to say this on the extra part. Who came up with this No Nut November? One, that's crazy. Y'all need to stop that. That is childish. Two, it's no shape. Right. Like, you just ain't gonna bust no hot ones for a month. Like, man, that's called depression.
Yeah, they missed me with that one.
But speaking of no blank November, it is No Shave November. You know, I always participate. First Class Beard Products is available. So if you're letting your beard grow through this November, that's no reason for it to be out here looking all shabby and dry. You know, always holla at First Class, man, to you, my boy. But other than that, man, that's it, man. Check me out on the Twitter page. That's Easy E721. Also check out the YouTube channel, man. We're trying to get that going, rolling with First Class, and that's under First Class Podcast. We got our current episode that we just did last Saturday with my man Grant Williams, or AKA G Strings. He was a guest on that show. Great show. Had a lot of laughs. Real deep conversation. Definitely worth a listen or a look. You know what I mean? So go ahead and check that out. It's on YouTube right now.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Grant for coming down and doing that with you. Like he said, check everything out First Class. Definitely check out the 4-3 podcast. That'll be coming to y'all tomorrow. Check that out with E himself, Scoots Bronson, S. Foster, and JD. You know what I'm saying? Check that out. I was on there, but due to time constraints, I couldn't be. And I'm sorry, I still be listening and making my picks though. Because I'm trying to win, boy. I'm trying to win. Right. But anyway, man, hopefully I could get that free back up so I could hop back on. But anyway, man, yeah, check that out, man. It's a great show. It's like a panel version of this kind of, just all about football. You know what I mean? College, high school, if it's some high school anecdotes too. So for everybody who like all things football, check them out. You can check me out on the Link ENT LLC. I'm gonna bring back the Link podcast at the beginning of the year. That will probably also be going live for all the people who listen or watch it on YouTube, because on YouTube I put everything up there, even if it's just audio. So y'all can check that out. We'll be on video then too. What else, man? Oh, Kurt's Custom Engraving. Yeah, man. Check out Kurt's Custom Engraving. Like I said, I just put the ornaments up that I made for my boys. Y'all can have y'all's too and join that Christmas tradition. I also got coasters and QR keychains up there. Man, let me tell you about these QR code keychains now. I know a lot of people make them or whatever, or have them, but I made mine linked to a link tree. So it's basically just having, if I forget to have business cards on me all the time, you know what I'm saying? So I'll be out, people talk to me, hey man, what you do? Such and such and such and such. Man, I don't even got no cards on me. I ended up having an extra QR code keychain on me when I was doing a photo shoot, and I just handed it to somebody. You know what I'm saying? And they was like, oh, how does this work? I was like, just pull out your camera and boom, pulled it out, business card. So, you know what I'm saying? So they could just click everything right there. They can even pay you from there. So, yeah, man, y'all got to check some of this stuff out that we got on Kurt's Custom Engraving. And even if you don't get it from me, man, y'all got to think about it for y'all businesses. I will gladly consult you, my friend. But anyway, the link entllc.com, everything the link ENT except Instagram is the link entertainment LLC. Check out Kurt's Custom Engraving. Check out First Class. We about to be out here. Sports, entertainment, and extra shit. Until next time.